Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we are going to be revisiting one of my favorite mods that I've ever installed and played with. I no longer play with it all too much because this is one of the most intensive mods that you could ever install for your performance of the game. And when you do install it, you can see a noticeable dip in I don't know, probably 40 FPS. So yeah, you've already known it because it's the title of the video. We are going to be taking a look at DRG Shadows mod. It is one of my favorite mods. Sad to say I never get to really play with it because it's just that much of a FPS downgrade, is when you do get into heavy swarms and also playing in co-op, it will just go down to 60 FPS. Hopefully it's not going to do it during this video, but if it does do it, it only will affect me unless it goes below 60 FPS, and then it'll start affecting you all. We are also going to go into Ossuary Depths. Unfortunately, Ossuary Depths is not available at the moment, so I have to go do sandbox utility stuff to get Ossuary Depths, so I will be right back. Before we actually get into the mission, I have to show something. If you do want to get the full value out of DRG Shadows, you have to go into the Mod Hub and go into the actual settings of Mod Hub, go to the performance, and unclick all of these. Some of these start clicked. You just have to unclick all of these, and then you'll have the full benefit of DRG Shadows. So somebody recently has commented on one of my videos to take a look at custom mission selection, one of those mods where it allows you to build your own missions for it's approved. And honestly, I would rather just refresh the mission selection screen, because when you say, hey, you could do whatever mission you want, I will look at that thing and be like, I don't know what mission I want to do today. All that I know is I want to do Ossuary Depths, and also it's not updated for Ossuary Depths. So look at that. That is immediately noticeable whenever you shoot a flare and all the shadows like pop up off of this. I know it's not going to happen for a lot of things. Look at that. That's beautiful. At the current moment, we're still at 120 FPS, so we'll see if that stays like that for very long. I know that whenever you start tossing, Scout is the arbiter of your frame rate. If I start doing this, yeah, you can see that FPS meter down there start tanking a little bit. We're now no longer at above 120 FPS. That is just the nature of Scout. Also, apparently these are white for some reason, which is weird. But yes, if you do plan to actually play with this mod, try to play Scout as often as you can, because if it's not you, the Scout can directly impact your FPS just with spamming out as many flares as he can, and that is kinda terrible. Of course, this area already looks fantastic. Look at all that. Like, the decal on the ground is really what I wanted to see while playing DRG Shadows, and I also wanted to see the shadows that the scarabs will have whenever they fly over my flares and all that. That stuff will be really cool when we start getting into it. God, that maggot is making a shadow come across. All of these grunts have shadows. Look at that. That is so pretty, dude. I forgot how much I love this mod. It's just a shame I don't get to play with it all too much, because usually I am playing with MCR, and it is not compatible with MCR. MCR changes, MCR being Mission Content Revised, for people who don't know. Okay, that was a bit whack, but alright. For those of you people who don't know, MCR is Mission Content Revise, and Mission Content Revise basically builds the lighting engine themselves to make it a lot more, performance friendly, or better performance, or whatever have you. And it's just not compatible. It will start lagging your game because the flares don't actually go away, because they're built on a different flare engine. As you can see, there's still all these flares. Whenever I toss them out, they're still lit. That is not how... Bosco? That is not how flares normally are. How flares work in this game is you can only have a max of 2 out at a time. Now, scout flares are something entirely different, but once you throw the third flare, your last flare will start going out, as you can see that one did. Oh, this is what I wanted. I just wanted to see their shadow. Look at that. You can see it on the ground behind them. That's really nice. God. So, I do have a story for all of you. Recently, the relationship went down 2.5 hours away with their brother to go pick up a truck that the brother was going to purchase and all this. And it's a Ford F-250, I think is what it was. It's like a 2001 F-250, and the nitro and maybe some other things in it are leaking some oil, but it was on Facebook Marketplace, and they just wanted to go get it. So they drove 2.5 hours away. They still had to drive 2.5 hours back, so, you know, a 5-hour round trip. The European mind cannot comprehend why anybody would ever do that, but it's very simply the fact that they wanted to. That's not good. I'm just gonna hit this and, you know, consequences be damned. Consequences be damned. We do have... Oh my god, my frame rate! My frame rate! Just absolutely cooking alive, dude. Is that going to be another swarm? No, it is not. But that is, as you can see, we are getting busy and busier, and we just have so many different things. Alright, get that guy. Kill him. Kill literally everything around. Get that guy as well. Okay. Explosive bolts is actually really good for scarabs because explosive bolts hit the scarabs in the air and they just, like, fucking die to it. It's absolutely amazing, as I have figured out. Like, just straight up amazing for them. Does it really matter? No, not really. It doesn't really matter. We have a Tri-Jaw as well. Can you get out of here as well? They also have low enough HP to where they die fairly quickly after... Where was that menace? Fairly quickly after you shoot it. So I could do a specialist build with this, like revisiting specialist, because that video didn't really do all too well. I could do that. Anyway, the relationship and their brother went down to 5 hours away to go do that stuff. And I thought they went as soon as they got off work. I thought they were only going to be gone for 5 hours, for like 5 to 6 hours. Dude, they came back from 7. They came back at freaking 5 p.m. That is, like, what the hell, dude? What went on? The answer is a bunch of bullshit is what actually went on. I just, like, absolutely, like, messed that one up. I need to use my Botkin bolts, actually. Give me a second. Get Botkined, get feared, everybody. Yeah, I know. It's sad I missed. I like missing with Botkin bolts because it still at least means I can go pick up the thing for free. I don't actually care about hitting that guy. I should just use my last one on you. I really think it should just be poison damage. It should just be 200 and... Not 200. Just make it 200 poison damage. Who cares? That would just make it a lot better. Alright, what was I talking about? Something? I'm pretty sure something. There's a fucking pit jaw in that corner. Dude, I can't see the pit jaw because of the freaking Shadows mod. Where is he? That's a leg. There he is. That is absolutely horrid. Shadows does make the game a lot darker, I will say. Does it really matter? No, I love it. I love the mod. So, while they were down there getting the car completely and easily the main thing that they were doing, alright? That took no time at all. The problem is their brother doesn't have a license, so they had to go get a U-Haul trailer. I am completely out of ammo, apparently. I'm just going to go back and call down a resupply in this previous room here, then. Their brother doesn't have a license to drive, So they... Yeah, cat? So they had to go get a U-Haul trailer to put the relationships car on. And that's where the fuckery came from. So they went to the first place that the U-Haul says, hey, you can get things from here. And that place made them a reservation because they didn't actually have any trailers. That place made them a reservation somewhere else. And then turns out they got there, all those reservations, they didn't have enough trailers for all those reservations because other people reserved the trailers first. So they sent the relationship and their brother off to a different place, and they kept going further and further south away from where, you know, home is. So the last place that they came to wasn't going to give them their last trailer because it wasn't going to be a round trip. It was just going to be, we take your trailer and leave it at a different U-Haul store. Or U-Haul dealer, not U-Haul dealership. So how U-Haul works in America is U-Haul does what it is a truck or whatever. Basically, they have this whole selection of vehicles that you could use, like a box truck and all that. And you take it and drive it, and you have to, like, pay for the gas and make sure to do all this stuff. That's what U-Haul is in America. And how it works is you can either do a round trip where you're going to bring it back and it's less expensive, or you can take it to a different dealership. Just like usually they partner with gas stations or like superstores or whatever, basically whatever they can get their hands on, they will partner with them to service U-Haul stuff. And they had one trailer, and this one trailer was the one that they reserved. And the person behind the counter said, no, I don't really want you to take this since you're not going to be bringing it back. Brother, it's not your fucking problem. You are not U-Haul. U-Haul literally was telling us to go over here, brother. To actually get the shit here and bring it back or whatever the hell. And it's just, like, what the fuck? Like, why? I should just, like... Whatever, dude, I will do that. I don't want to deal with the freaking scarabs. So, eventually, they were about to get a hold of U-Haul themselves to be like, hey, they're not letting us take the trailer, what are you gonna do about this? And eventually it's just like, fine, you can take the freaking trailer. And so when they finally got the trailer, they realized that they had another problem on their hands. The trailer didn't come with its own adapter, and the car also didn't come with its own adapter to the car, which means the trailer's not going to have brake lights or turn signals or anything. It's not wired into the electrical system. So they had to go to a part stores to go get an adapter for the truck in question. And it was, you know, that was a fun time. So the first place that they went to... Where the hell was that, Stingdale? The first place that they went to didn't actually have the parts that they needed, the actual adapter. That is horrifying. I don't want to be anywhere near that. What the fuck is going on here? Why is there so many different bugs? Just do that. And, like, shoot a second one, because you can. Shoot it onto the Stingtail. And then switch bolts and start doing this. So, they had to go to another parts store. That parts store also didn't have anything, because, of course, that parts store didn't. Then they went to a Walmart. That Walmart didn't actually have anything either didn't have the adapter as well, so already we're on the, like, fuck about list. We are, like, so in-depth of the fuck about list that it's not even freaking funny. So, right across the way, there was a Lowe's. They finally went to the Lowe's and actually got the adapter and started to head back. And because the truck was leaking oil and all that, the trailer and the relationship's car got absolutely covered in oil, so they had to go to a car wash to get that all sorted out, which is absolutely insane. All right, that's a amount of fuckery that I thought I was dodging that, to be perfectly. I also didn't even kill the Spitballer. That's an amount of fuckery that's like beyond what I would consider normal. So a 5-hour round trip became an almost 12-hour long trip. It became a 10-hour long trip, which is so stupid. And the best part about it is I asked the relationship, hey, do you want me to cook anything? Like, make sure that you have food when you get home, or like stay up when you get home? Relationship says no, it should be all fine. I'll eat whenever I'm down there. The relationship did not eat anything while they were down there, because they were in the middle of being fucked about so much, which is absolutely awful, and I feel really bad for them. But, you know, I went to bed at round 2 being like, I'll see you at 1. Did not see them at 1. I will... That unplayable. I'm sorry. Okay, I will zoom in on it, but you can see on the weapon, on, what is this, Diesel Punk, you can see on the weapon, there is clipping around the main, like, box where the ammo is. That doesn't look good. That absolutely doesn't look good. Holy. I didn't even notice that until I stopped moving. That's awful. That's just a bunch of basic grunts. What the fuck? What is this? That isn't even, like... That's not a normal wave, dude. There's no slashers in that. There's no nothing. What the... What is this? It doesn't make any sense, dude. I don't think I've ever seen that. A full wave of just basic grunts. And I can't even blame Mission Content Revise for that. That is just base game doing that. That is wild, dude. I don't think... Excuse me? The Baja particle just hit me in the face and slowed me down, dude? I wonder if anybody's actually been killed by a Baja barnacle, like, freaking out the physics system and, like, sending them off into nothing else. Okay, what is this hallway, dude? This hallway is usually something that you would see on a refining mission. That's awful. Like, it's just a bunch of it keeps going? Oh my god. This is awful. I can't just, like, send out a single flare and see for miles because I have shadows, and as soon as you get on the other side, it's not as Ew! That's what a Baja barnacle looks inside of its shell? Oh. Oh. You know what? That's not my problem anymore. I'm just going to assume everything died from all the exploders. Fuck off. Just fuck off. So we have a Cura site to do, and it really feels like that during me prepping this Cura site, we're about to have a swarm because we've had 2 I'm just the Swarm Whisperer, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I've been playing this game for way too long. I can feel when swarms are coming. Now, usually in MCR, Mission Content Randomizer, Revise, I can't actually tell. Can we stop with this weird platform bullshit, dude? This shit sucks, alright? Nobody likes this platform bullshit. I'm literally just walking up here to see if there is a... a thing over here. And there isn't. I have to go back to Cure Site. That's a lot of bugs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all those. I guess I can call down a release supply right next to Cure Site, do Cure Site, and be happy as a clam. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. get absolutely deleted. Scarabs and swarmers and whatever have you, and then toss that down there and just shoot the wrong bug, but, you know, shoot the right bug, and hopefully they kill each other. You know what? I'm just gonna... Yeah, it probably went well. I should probably use my gun a little bit more before I get a resupply, but I've mostly just been using explosive bolts and pharaohs, because explosive bolts and pharaohs are just, like, apparently all that I need for this. I didn't know that preparing for Ossuary Depths was just as easy as, you know, doing that. Also, you did just see that. Bodkin points, yes, it's Bodkin points, not Bodkin bolts, can allow you to, after hitting a bug, get the bolt. If the bug, so say I shoot the creature here, it kills the basic grunt and tries to bounce at a creature here, it'll impact this terrain, and I can pick up the bolt again, which is really cool, and a unspoken, like, benefit to Bodkin points. It's a cool interaction, which means in Ossuary Depths, because of all these stalagmites and all that in the way, and in Glacial Strata, Bodkin points actually gets a lot better. So maybe I should start, like, maybe I should do a video on Bodkin points again. Actually, I don't think I've done a video on Bodkin points, so you know what? Maybe the next video that you see will be Bodkin points, because Bodkin points is really good. Or at least I think it's, like, severely underrated as a overclock. Because it's definitely good, but it is... I don't think it's the best one, because, A, Bodkin points will never be as good as what is it? As cryo bolts or fire bolts, just because cryo bolts and fire bolts kill more bugs with less bullshit ensuing. There is also a wave happening on... Yeah, you know what? You guys can... Okay, I didn't expect all of you guys to come in, but, you know, you guys are kind of assholes about it. Can you just kill the rest of your buddies? Surprisingly, yes. Like, who knew that you had it out for your buddies? Can you, okay, I will just power attack that guy. Never mind, I will just actually shoot him in the face and take a bunch of... This is another just basic grunt wave. There's no slashers or anything in here. I mean, yes, it did have, like, Trijaws and did it have it had a Brundle, but no Trijaws, right? Dude, I don't know what's happening with these waves. They're being weird is what they're being. That's a hole. That's an exploder hole. Can I get out of here already, please, Dad? Oh, God. Entering into the room and just seeing the, like, shadows fly across the room with that flare is the reason why I love the Shadows mod. Now, of course, I have to wait till the flares go away to redo it, but, like, still, it is I have to... Hopefully he doesn't just, like, get rid of that. Hopefully I can see where he's going to go. Please? 42 meters over there. He's in spawn. No, he's in the hallway over there. Okay. I'm in hell. I'm just in hell. Why does there have to be so many bugs? That's a whole hell of a lot of bugs. Hopefully they just all die to, like, 2 of those. Then I don't have to deal with anything. Maybe 3 of those. Yeah, okay. You know what? Pharaohs is just insanely broken, isn't it? I should always just bring Pharaohs. They're just such a good swarm clear for a scout. I can't collect any of that. Alright, let's see it. Look at that. The fucking flare flying across the room. So beautiful, dude. Is this the first mission of its type to have a triggered swarm and a passive swarm timer? I think it technically is. Well, no, actually, Refinery has that. Since it's not... Refinery isn't a... This is the reason why I was talking about it, by the way. It's not a actual swarm. It is literally just the refining process. The special swarm that can't be It's a special coded swarm that can't be special, if you understand my meaning. Like, it can't be just a swarm or anything. Speaking of, I don't know if this, like, special, like, swarm that is triggered from the Resionite mass can be special. I don't actually know about that. But who knows? Alright. So, be careful about going over here, because there is a pit jaw somewhere over here. I'm not actually too sure where he is, but, maybe I shouldn't be going this way, because this is a wrong decision. He's, like, here, right? God bless. I'm so terrified I'm gonna walk into him, because I know he's over here. We have our looking ears, dude. Zipping around... Zipping around and doing all this shit is, like, not the way to go. Also, Mully's not coming this way, by the way. So, we are, like, in super, super hell for a little bit. Luckily, Bodkin Points is actually very good at... I have made a mistake. We're fine. I might have made a mistake, but luckily, Bodkin Points got my back. Alright, can I... You know what? Let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. Let's go this way. I made a mistake by going that way. Alright, so... Mully's already at the pod, dude. That is kind of funny. I swear, if I get grabbed by a pit jaw, it's gonna be funny. Anyway, that's the video. Like, I'm not gonna play another one since the goal of this video was just to play with Shadows, and that's it. So, you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. I sound like a broken record, mostly because I am a broken record. What the fuck is this, dude? Some straight horse hockey is what this is. Like, actually some straight horse hockey.